Call the meeting to order and call on Councilor Watson, lead us to the next week.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Councilor Brown.
Here.
Councilor Jennings.
Here.
Councilor Broughton. Councilor Watson.
Here.
Councilor Barton.
Here.
Mayor Lovelace.
Here.
We have a quorum to do business.
Next item is approval of the March 8th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Mayor, I offer a motion to approve the minutes of the March 8th meeting.
A second.
I have a motion by Councilor Watson, a second by Councilor Jennings to approve the meeting minutes for March 8th, 2021. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Councilor Jennings.
Yes.
Councilor Watson.
Yes.
Councilor Barton.
Yes.
The meeting minutes for March 8th, 2021 are approved.
Next item is a proclamation in recognition of Arbor Day. Whereas the economic and aesthetic welfare of the people of Alabama is largely dependent on the trees and forest lands of the state, and whereas everyone in the City of Brewton benefits either directly or indirectly from trees and forest lands, and whereas trees provide jobs, products, habitat for wildlife, and recreational opportunities, and whereas trees provide oxygen, help purify the air, play an important role in the water cycle, help neutralize wastewater, stabilize the soil, and whereas trees are an invaluable physical and psychological addition to the city, provide shade, cool the air, reduce noise levels and glare. And whereas the management of trees increases the benefit to our city through planning, maintenance, timely removal and replacement, and whereas well-maintained town trees benefit present and future generations, and therefore the mayor and council of the City of Brewton do hereby proclaim the week of April 4th through April 9th, 2021 as Arbor Week, and encourage each citizen to participate in tree planting activities during this week. Proclaim this 22nd day of March, 2021. The next item is to approve a Carnival Fee Adjustment for the T.R. Miller Athletic Club, and I call him Kyle Hayes.
Thank you for having us. I am this year's president of the T.R. Miller Athletic Club, and it's my understanding that in the past, we sponsor the carnival, which requires a business license, and I understand that in the past, the city has waived some of the days to where we paid 1 day instead of 5. The carnival will be coming into town on April 4th. Easter Sunday, they'll arrive that night, and then the carnival will be the 5th through the 10th and be leaving on the 11th. But I wanted to present it and see if we could have the fees waived with the exception of 1 day.
Councilors, I looked at past minutes, and it's a $350 a day fee. In years past, council has approved the one-time fee of $350 rather than the fee for the entire carnival.
I make a motion to approve that one-time fee for that 1 day.
A second.
I have a motion by Councilor Watson, a second by Councilor Barton to approve the fee adjustment for the T.R. Miller Athletic Club. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Jennings?
Yes.
Councilor Watson?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
The fee reduction is approved.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Next, we've asked the Greater Brewton Area Chamber of Commerce for an update on their activities, and I call Mallory Hendricks.
Hello. So I'm the chamber president this year, and we just want to give a little update on our events we got coming up. We're so looking forward to a new year, to have our events in a fun, safe, best way possible. The first one coming up is going to be Kick It at the Creek. It's at Jennings Park, April the 18th. And then this year we've decided to kind of change up our chamber banquet, and we're going to do a membership appreciation social. It'll be outside, and that will be May the 6th. The Blueberry Festival is June the 19th. Our golf tournament is September the 10th. Rodeo is October 8th and 9th. Porch Fest is November the 13th. And our Christmas parade is December the 10th. And we look forward to seeing you all there.
You know, I was in Orange Beach this past weekend with my grandchildren, and I got stopped by two different people in two different places. One asking about the Blueberry Festival and how much fun that was, and they were coming to that, and another one about Porch Fest. So we're getting well known.
Porch Fest is
Good.
good.
I'm glad. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll come.
Thank you.
Melanie, when was that rodeo again?
It is October 8th and 9th.
Okay.
Next, we ask for an update on Brewton area YMCA, and I call him Stephen Dickey.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, thank you for having me. And on behalf of the Brewton area YMCA and the Board of Directors, I extend thanks to all of you for your continued support of the YMCA, in particular with our baseball and softball programs. The city has been kind enough. We entered into an agreement back in 2013 for the YMCA to begin to manage those programs. When I say those programs, at the time it was Little League Baseball. Now it's Cal Ripken baseball and Babe Ruth softball and baseball. And, you know, last year we had, COVID come into play, but this year we've had about 100 kids in boys baseball and 100 in girls softball already sign up. And so those leagues are practicing right now. So 200 youth are being served with the resources that you help provide for the programs, and we're certainly thankful for that. Our Babe Ruth program is underway with registration right now, and in the last few years we've had roughly 50 young 13 to 15-year-old boys participate in that program. And as most of you know, if not all of you, we are in the process of building a Babe Ruth field just adjacent and kind of catty corners with the high school baseball field there. I think it's going to be a great showcase for the community, for the City of Brewton, and we'll be able to offer more opportunities for young men to practice and to hone their skills, but most importantly, help them to become better young men and community supporters of this community. So again, we're thankful for your support, and hope that we can continue on with that. If anybody has any questions, I'll certainly entertain those at this time.
During COVID, has y'all's membership gone up or down during all this pandemic?
I will say that membership did drop during it, but one thing that I can say, if you compared it to what other YMCAs across the state did, ours was certainly better than anyone's, and I can unashamedly say that because what a great community we live in. And, we've been here, I say we, my wife and I, almost 14 years, and we appreciate the fact that we've kind of been adopted into this city. And, I've made an announcement that I'm going to be retiring at the end of the year from the YMCA, and my wife and I are staying here. You know, that's one of the first questions I get. Well, where are you going? I'm staying right here. We like it. We love it. And so we're big fans of Brewton. And but back to your question, Mr. Mayor, is our membership, since we've kind of turned the corner a little bit, we are seeing an influx of members, and we're certainly glad for that. This community has supported the Y through tough times, and we're thankful for that. And again, it just shows again the strength of this community.
Yeah, I would expect it to continue to grow as we get further along with getting out of COVID.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
And by the way, y'all do a great job, you really do. And speaking of COVID, I've asked Chris Griffin from Macmillan Hospital to come and give an update on vaccines.
Brooke had mentioned you want to know about vaccinations. I'm going to give you some information, and I'll set that and talk about it.
Sure, Chris. I'll think about it.
Yeah, Jack, yeah. Give that one to David.
Okay, it's yours also.
Thank you.
I think this conversation may have been prompted by an article that somebody read, that we were lagging behind the state in vaccinations in Escambia County. So what I wanted to do is, because I assure you, there are a lot of people working really hard to get as many people vaccinated in Brewton and Escambia County. I can put my hand on the Bible and swear to you that's going on. But I wanted to give you some numbers that I have, and that's what I've handed to you. I reached out last week to everyone that I think is providing vaccinations in the community of Escambia County. I saw on a website that they listed Walmart in Atmore, but I did not understand that they were giving the vaccination. I'm still not sure that they are, but so if you look at the list I've got there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different locations, and really it's more than that if you look at the nursing homes throughout Escambia County. And you'll see the ones that are doing the most are the 2 hospitals in our county. But what I've done is I've given you just a little bit of information as to who they are, the locations that they're serving, and then the type of vaccination that they're providing. In the county, there are now all 3 vaccination types are being given. The nursing home and its residents and staff are the only ones getting the Pfizer, and T.R. Miller Mill, to my knowledge, is the only one getting the Johnson & Johnson. Everybody else is getting the Moderna. But so far, through these organizations, we've administered over 10,000 vaccinations through last Friday. And as you know, or probably know, that 2 of the vaccinations you have to have the original and the booster. So the total number of people that have gotten 1 shot or more, which is the way the state seems to like to measure it, is 7,000 folks have gotten at least 1 shot, and almost 4,000 of our citizens have completed their regimen. So if you look at the percentages, that's 24% of Escambia County for ages 18 and above have received their first vaccination, or at least their first vaccination, and 13% have received their full vaccination, including their booster. So now, as a matter of reference, I put the Department of Public Health's information right below that for you. And although we're different, we're not that far different, but we think we're doing a little more than they're giving us credit for. Of course, there's a lot of information being thrown around, accumulated, collected, timing, all kinds of things. But you'll see they show Escambia County at 19.3%, which is pretty close to the 23-24% I'm listing, and 10% of our population have been fully vaccinated with both vaccinations. And then I threw the state numbers in there for you for comparative purposes. So of in our state, 877, almost 78,000 have gotten either 1 or 2, and that's about 26%. So we are lagging the state a little bit, but not too bad. I was just reading an article while I was sitting there waiting for the meeting to start. I noticed the National Guard is coming to almost every county around us. I'm not sure why they're not coming to Escambia County to support vaccinations. I think tomorrow they'll be in Covington and Andalusia. So if anybody needs to get one, go to Andalusia tomorrow. And then overall, we have almost 16% of our citizens in the state have completed their regimen. So we're seeing significant reduction in cases. January the 15th was the peak for the healthcare industry in Alabama. We had over 3,000 people in the hospital on January the 15th. As of the end of February, we had less than 500, probably 400. So we have everything seemed to be going in the right direction. Hopefully this week, I know it's spring break week, we'll see if we get a spike or anything relative to that. But I think most people are trying to do their part. Maybe a little disappointed in the percentage of people that we're seeing get the vaccination. But I think we're seeing some that have waited to see what happens to everybody else to join in. I know the mayor said, based on his group being middle-aged, I guess that makes me young. And I actually did have a small reaction on my second dose, very mild, a couple hours of where I didn't feel that great, but next day I was fine. So, I would strongly encourage anyone who has not considered it, to strongly consider it, and I strongly recommend it. I think it's the key to where we're going right now and getting everything under control. So I'll answer any questions beyond that.
Chris, the National Guard, what vaccines are they giving out, do you know?
I think it's the Pfizer, Jeff.
It'll be Pfizer?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
and one thing I did want to mention that I didn't is both the hospitals in Escambia County, we partnered with the Alabama Department of Public Health to basically run the clinics that we're going. So some days when you come there, that's vaccines that one of the hospitals actually was able to get. Some days it's actually vaccine that the Alabama Department of Public Health actually gets. You don't know the difference because we're working together in partnership. So, any other questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it and highly recommend the vaccine.
Highly recommend.
Yes.
And I can get you scheduled for Thursday if you want, if you need it. We have 2 clinics this week in Brewton at the hospital. I think Wednesdays is full. Thursday still has some openings. They did clinic in Atmore today at the hospital, and they have clinic Friday at the hospital in Atmore. And I believe we have openings there as well. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
And Chris, y'all are welcome to stay as long as you'd like, but you don't have to. Next item is, we took under study, appointed a committee to study and make recommendations on, to authorize the sale of alcoholic beverages on Sunday. And I call on Councilor Brown, the committee chairman.
What we did is, we actually received about 5 years ago a large petition from the City of Brewton to look at alcohol sales in Brewton. And we've kind of gone back and forth, and then we've kind of brought it up to a head. The businesses especially were interested in moving toward Sunday alcohol sales. So what we did is we surveyed Atmore, and we looked at Flomaton, and we tried to stay within similar ranges of offering a alcohol sales on Sunday. And in the ordinance, I think it will be for after 12, is that correct? Yes, it'll be after 12.
All right, so it's, can you put the ordinance up? Oh, that is up.
It's up, yeah.
So the ordinance is ordinance number 21-0322.
May I make a motion to introduce ordinance number 21-0322?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilor Watson, a second by Councilor Brown to introduce ordinance 21-0322. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Jennings?
Yes.
Councilor Watson?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
The ordinance 21-0322 has been introduced.
May I offer a motion for immediate consideration of ordinance 21-0322?
A second.
I have a motion by Councilor Watson, a second by Councilor Brown to immediately introduce ordinance number.
Consider.
Immediately consider, thank you. Immediately consider ordinance 21-0322. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Jennings?
Yes.
Councilor Watson?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Ordinance
Mayor Lovett.
21-0322.
The mayor.
Oh, sorry, Mayor Lovett?
Yes.
It has been immediately introduced.
May I offer a motion to approve ordinance number 21-0322?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilor Watson, a second by Councilor Brown to approve ordinance 21-0322. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Jennings?
Yes.
Councilor Watson?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Mayor Lovett?
Yes.
Ordinance 21-0322 to approve the sale of alcoholic beverages on Sundays is approved.
And I'd like to say on this particular ordinance, a lot of work went into it and public meetings went into this. There were counselors for personal and religious reasons were not for it, but for the public purpose that they were elected for and for representing their district, they voted for it, like Ms. Barton. And so I thank everybody that served on that committee for their service. Next item is a piece of property. When we signed a contract with Provalis, in that contract, we had to provide a certain number of parking places. This is to buy or to bid on, this is actually an auction, to bid on a piece of property that is on St. Nicholas Avenue. It used to be a trailer park, and when the trailers were removed, you no longer could use it because it was in a flood zone other than for parking. It's across from the jail. Could be dual used also for parking trailers there doing the rodeo for the chamber. So we don't know if the council passes this, we don't even know if we could win the auction, but that's what this is about, and it's resolution 21-0322-1.
I'm a motion to approve the 21-0322-1.
Second.
A motion by Councilor Brown, a second by Councilor Barton, to approve Resolution 21-0322-1. Is there any discussion?
Yes. Brooke, could you read the resolution, please? I can't see it too good from here.
Sure. Whereas the City Council of the City of Brewton, Alabama desires to plan and prepare for future improvement and expansion of public services to its citizens. And whereas the City Council of the City of Brewton seeks to provide adequate parking for the public in order to improve the marketability and livability of the city. And whereas the City Council of the City of Brewton desires to expand public access and provide overflow parking for businesses and parks located in Brewton. And therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Brewton, Alabama, that the City of Brewton authorizes the mayor of the City of Brewton to execute a purchase agreement on property located in the Brewton area for the purpose of additional parking and other public purposes. Adopted and approved is the 22nd day of March 2021.
The concern that I have, and let me say, I wasn't here when the original contracts and agreements were made with Provalis. I do appreciate you getting me a copy of it today, and I look forward to having a more complete understanding of it. But the concern I have is the property we're talking about and we discussed in the workshop is not a part of the resolution. In my opinion, the way it reads, this opens it up to other properties in addition to that. And I just a little concerned about that.
Well, that was, just to answer your question, that was covered in 2020 in another resolution.
Do we have a copy of that?
We can get it to you after the meeting.
And we can't get it before we vote on it?
Not during this part of the meeting, no.
Okay.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Jennings?
No.
Councilor Watson?
No.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Mayor Lovelace?
Yes.
Resolution 21-0322-1 to approve purchase of property in the City of Brewton is approved.
Next item is to approve the lease of a city-owned building located at 188 South Boulevard, Brewton, Alabama. That's resolution 21-0322-2. And I call on Connie Baggett.
Good afternoon, councilors and Mayor Lovelace. We have a building that belongs to the city that is located over by the bridge just at Persimmon Street and US 31. It previously housed the barista, Brewton Barista, there for a while. And we have a new business in town that would like to lease that property from the city. It's Aunt Elsie's Ice Cream Shop. There'll be, it's a retro look that they'll have about it. I think it'll be a very charming thing and a great asset that will be developed in downtown Brewton. And Amanda Quick Shavers is the person who signed the lease and ready to start operations, and I think hopefully will be underway by the time the Blueberry Festival comes around.
All right, you want to put that up, Tim?
Motion to approve Resolution 21-0322-2.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Barton, a second by Counselor Watson, to approve Resolution 21-0322-2. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Jennings?
Yes.
Counselor Watson?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Resolution 21-0322-2 to approve lease of the building at 188 South Boulevard is approved.
Thank you.
We look forward to it. Any no further business, the meeting is adjourned.